So, it's a holiday of a lifetime. A month in Australia, beginning with 3 nights in Dubai, then to Melbourne for friends and family, Brisbane for a wedding vow renewal, Sydney and Adelaide for shark diving before 2 nights in Singapore and home. No, this isn't the prize for getting through cancer. This was the holiday that got scuppered 5 days before we left due to cancer. Now, I know many people are uneasy with the word cancer. From past history, it is a brother of the Grim Reaper with no escape. The reaction to the word contorts the receiver's face in a variety of ways, whilst attempting not to alarm you. So, in order to take the weight off this, I will call it Carmen instead. Carmen, after all, is a much smoother sounding word. Carmen is a seductress that gets hold of you in a gentle first engagement, until you realise the extent of her grip. It's also a good distraction method to ease the listener in when you say, "I have Carmen." Then, "Oh, sorry, it's what I've chosen to call cancer." People would be more mesmerised and tend to be confused. On several occasions, the first questions could be about, "Why Carmen?" rather than the type or severity of the original word of doom. In fact, it would be a wonderful code word for those close enough to be informed at the early stages. You'd be asked how Carmen was today, and those outside the ring of Carmen consciousness would be baffled, and you could tell them that Carmen was an unwanted guest who we hoped would be leaving soon. I imagined quips after a month of joining in asking of Carmen's presence that it sounds like Carmen needs to be surgically removed. Well, how very astute, without even knowing. I have to say, I am incredibly lucky. Always have been. And the main reason for that is because I rarely take myself too seriously. So when I was told the results were nearly 100% positive, as it was in 11 of the 12 sections of my prostate biopsy, I corrected the consultant that it was 92%, so not as bad as he was making out. As we left the room, my girlfriend was in more shock than me. Her eyes had widened and indicated there was only white noise rattling round her head. She thought we would go in, they would say it's not Carmen, and I should go and enjoy my holiday and life. In fact, she asked if I was okay to drive, which I was. If I remember rightly, my legs hadn't fallen off, so yeah, fine. She seemed mortified in the very casual way the consultant had, in such a blasé manner, said, "Have you had the result of your biopsy? There is a Carmen there." This while he had his back to me, whilst rummaging through a file. We asked him to repeat it, which he did as a matter of factly as the first time. I told her it was obviously a daily event for them. And what would she suggest? I mean, I thought maybe a guy in the corner at a small electric piano that when you were told would take his cue and play da-da-da, or the EastEnders end credit music. The drive home was more normal than the drive there. On the way had been the element of uncertainty, knowing there would be a revelation and then planning how to deal with whatever arose. Well, now we knew. Not what would be the next steps, but with what we had to be dealing with. Better call the travel company when we get back. Oh, and ring the family. And then after a pause, the breadth of the Grand Canyon. I fancy some lamb tonight.